E.J. Dionne's going to stay with me, and I'm going to also bring in former executive editor of the New York Times, Howell Raines. Howell, take a listen to how a leader of a different country, Boris Johnson, spoke about battling this virus himself.
If this virus were a physical assailant, I can tell you from personal experience it is, then this is the moment when we have begun together to wrestle it to the floor. I in no way minimize the continuing problems we face. I ask you to contain your impatience.
Howell, it's a reminder of a very different style. Your views as the president returned today, basically doing the same kind of stuff that the White House had leaked he was going to swear off, and perhaps change the whole briefing structure.
Well, with his usual acuity, E.J. Dionne put his finger on an important statement. Some by the president. Somebody a long time ago did something bad. And we do know who that person is. Matthew Pottinger, the deputy NSC advisor, told the president in mid-January that our intelligence sources said this pandemic was coming, and President Trump did nothing for 2 months plus. So we know who did the wrong thing. Now, lining up a group of drugstore executives does not amount to a national strategy. And what our medical authorities have made punishingly clear is we don't have the medical information right now, testing under the best case, to safely reopen the country. We're going to lose tens of thousands of people unnecessarily, I think, because of this premature opening. And once again, the facts are coming from the American press. They're coming from the traditional networks. They're coming from cable news networks, with the radical exception of Fox. And they're coming from our great national newspapers like the Times and the Post. And I just think it's important at this moment to, with all this blather about fake news, to say the 60% of the American people who know Trump is failing are getting that news thanks to the traditional American journalistic workers of this country.
We are short on time, but EJ, a quick final thought.
Well, I think that we hit a wall last week after what the president said. We need to approach him in a completely different way. We should have done that a long time ago when he started talking about detergent. I think what we need is the reasonable governors who are really trying to struggle with this and do the right thing. They need to organize their own daily briefings, put somebody out there, and they need to band together so they're not worried about what they say and worry about if they say something negative, Trump is going to reduce their aid. You need a coalition of governors to stand up to Trump, both on the podium, but also on policy.
It's a striking point, and one we've touched on before. There are different governors. Cuomo and Newsom have held their press conferences during the days, but whether Pelosi or Biden or someone at that stature held something in the evening that networks would feel pressure to take, or for fairness, keep an eye on, that hasn't developed at this point, and we're going to continue to go to our journalists and our medical experts for our coverage. I want to thank E.J. Dionne and Howell Raines joining me tonight, as you could see. Hey, I'm Ari Melber from MSNBC. You can see more of our videos right here, or better yet, subscribe to our YouTube channel below. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that.